The Christmas holidays are finally upon us, which is fantastic news because you get a well-deserved 2 weeks holiday. However, the Christmas holidays can be a bit of a bittersweet time for students as well, because it's the first time that the exams start to feel like they're getting a little bit closer. And maybe you've just had mocks, or you're about to do mocks when you first get back. Maybe you've got exam results waiting for you. It starts to get a little bit stressful. And because of that stress, one reaction that can happen with the students that I taught, and what I tended to do as well, is just dive into the revision and start frantically covering everything as quickly as possible. Now, what I advise is don't do this. Take a breath and do something else instead. Start to plan. Now, this Christmas period is a really good time where you've got a bit of headspace and you can start to prioritize the revision that you're going to be doing over the next few months. Now, one way to do this is a revision timetable, and I think everybody needs to have some kind of revision timetable that they're going to work from. If you want more details on how to do that, I thoroughly recommend checking out my previous episode on how to do that. But this isn't quite enough. So just to give you a recap of the revision timetable, it should be popping up right about there now. And then in these blue bits, I've got the subjects that I'm going to do on each individual day. So I want to start planning my week in that way. So let's take one of the days, for instance. On Monday, I can see I want to do physics, chemistry, French, and English. So this is really good to organize subjects in relation to each other. But I still need to do a lot of organization within each subject. Maybe you missed that lesson, or the teacher was being a little bit boring, or you're looking out the window or whatever, and you skipped that crucial bit of information. So there are certain bits that you're going to want to identify and target early on, so you're spending more time revising them than other bits that you might know well. And this is where revision trackers come in. Two different things. You've got revision timetables, which organizes your subjects by week, and then within each subject, what you want is a revision tracker. So let me take you through what a biology revision tracker might look like. So first of all, what I'm going to start with is my revision timetable. And I can see I'm going to be doing biology on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. I'll have a break on Friday because I'm all biology'd out. Now next, what I want to do is, let's say it's 2 o'clock on Monday, and I want to work out what I'm going to study that day in terms of biology. So I'm going to go over to the next sheet, which is my revision tracker. Now I'm going to have a revision tracker for each of my subjects. So for this, I've only got one for biology, but you're going to have one for every single one. So I might have between 5 and 10 tabs here representing each subject. And as you can see, what I've effectively done is taken each topic from this revision guide here and then just copied it into a table here. Now from this point, there's 3 simple steps in order to complete your revision tracker. Step number 1, go through every single topic in that subject. This is a really good idea because it means that firstly, you can know that you know everything, and secondly, you can prioritize as you go through each one. So as you can see here, what I've done is put the date that I've covered each chapter here, and I've put a traffic light system next to it. So for instance, on the 16th of December, I covered cells and I've given it a red because I don't think I know it that well. Then later on, I covered osmosis. I gave it a green on the 18th because I think I know it pretty well as well. And what you're going to have is effectively the same thing all the way through that subject. Now, once you've done that, maybe let's say that takes 4 weeks, you're ready for step number 2. And this is review to recap time. So what you have now is a really powerful list of all the stuff that you need to know, prioritized by red, amber, and green. So what are you going to want to start with when you're recapping? Well, you're going to want to start with the stuff that you don't know very well. So you've got them right there in red. So let's say it's the 20th of January when I come back to recapping this stuff. I don't want to just go down every single topic again because that's going to take ages and it's going to mean that I'm not necessarily targeting the key bits. What I want to do is concentrate on those red areas. And what I'm going to do again on the 20th of January, I'm going to look at each topic and think, do I know it as well anymore? So let's say I covered all 3 reds in this topic on the 20th of January. I want to traffic light system it again. So by the end of it, I've done cells, and to be honest, I still don't really understand it. I couldn't remember a few things, so I'm going to put that as red again. I need to come back to it. But when I looked at microscopy, I actually understood it a lot better. I remembered things. I've learned a lot from it, and then I'm going to put that as an amber this time. And then chromosomes and mitosis, again, it's still not quite making sense, so I'm going to give that a red again. Now be really truthful with yourself whether you know it or not. And then the next day I might want to look at the ambers. So I'm going to go on the 21st, I looked at these, and again I'm going to traffic light it according to how well I think I know it. And then I give myself a few days. So let's say I come back on Boxing Day, didn't work over Christmas. And then again, I'm going to make sure that I'm assessing how well I know that information as I go. So what you effectively should have by the end of this is a step-by-step tracker of how well you know each topic. Now again, this system is much better than just going through each topic cover to cover every single time, because you're going to get bored and you're not going to be hitting those key areas. Now in the next few videos, we're going to be diving more into the tools and techniques that you can use with this system. So when you're recapping, for instance, you want to make sure you're not just reading So when you're recapping, for instance, you want to make sure you're not just reading the information, you want to be making sure you're actively revising. So stay tuned for them next time. So there you have it, revision timetable and revision tracker used together are a really potent mix to make sure that you're planning your revision from now on. Now in the next few episodes, we're going to be looking at specific techniques that you can use in order to recall the things that you need to. So we're going to be looking at mind maps, cue cards, how to actually use past papers, things like that. If this episode is useful, please like and subscribe below, and also comment on any future topics you'd like to cover about revision. I'm going to be replying to every single comment that comes across, so do let me know. Until next time, see you later, and have a good Christmas.